Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video, where we will see how to breathe new life into old hardware that can still be used on a daily basis with good results, in particular, with reference to the world of Apple laptops, and, in my specific case, the 2015 MacBook Pro A1502. For some time the speakers had been crackling, and the system sounded like a broken record, to the point that I no longer wanted to use it. But is this really due to the speakers? First of all, we need to run a quick diagnostic test to avoid wasting time and money. In this regard, given their position on the bottom cover, at the edges of the chassis, it is very easy to hear the sound emitted during video or audio playback. After that, we need to assess whether to purchase authentic, sourcing, or reliable aftermarket speakers in the current market. In my case, I turned to eXpowerG, where I found some fantastic deals. After gathering our precision tools, the small screwdrivers and spudgers we'll need, let's get started. If you liked the video, consider subscribing to the channel, click the bell to stay tuned for future content, and leave a like. Thanks, guys. So, first we remove the cover using the special screwdrivers we have equipped ourselves with and delve into the hidden traps, where Apple engineers have made things difficult for DIY repairs. In this case, it is essential to remove the battery power supply by disconnecting the dedicated connector, and to do this we gently use a spudger. At this point, and with amused astonishment, I must warn you that during disassembly, even of similar components, you will never find two screws that are alike. Wow, Apple, you guys are phenomenal. So I recommend that you reproduce the disassembly sequence of the component you are removing or replacing permanently. Moving on, we remove the audio speakers one at a time to replace them with new ones. For each speaker, we must pay particular attention to disconnecting the cables, which appear thin and delicate. Again, we use a spudger together with our fingers to remove the connectors without applying any force. While replacing the speakers, however, I couldn't help but notice how important the hardware structure and component positioning are. If we exclude the traps that Apple engineers have adopted to make DIY repairs difficult, what emerges is absolute engineering that is a real treat for the eyes of a computer enthusiast. Considering that I purchased this MacBook Pro in 2015 and that, to date, in addition to assembling many gaming PCs, I have also purchased Asus gaming laptops and Dell workstations, this little computer is the one that impresses me the most at first glance. Despite its age, the 2015 MacBook Pro 13 Retina uses 5th generation Intel Core i5 processors, codenamed Broadwell U, and has never been a gaming computer. However, it still holds its own in everyday work, web browsing, multimedia content consumption, and study use. Following this repair, I reinstalled the macOS operating system, and, with the update to macOS Monterey 1.2.7.6, it turned out to be really fast, something I never would have imagined. So, if you ask me whether it's worth restoring an old MacBook Pro 2015 to its former glory, my answer is yes. And, at the same time, if you don't want to buy original accessories, but rely on stores like eXpowerG, you'll find all the new components at unimaginable prices. In my case, living in Italy and using the euro, I am replacing both speakers and the battery for just 53 euros. Furthermore, if you need to replace the screen, you can do so for just 100 euros. The value of all this can be found in the daily use of this laptop, which, 10 years on, is still on par with modern mid to low-end systems. That said, let's proceed with the disassembly, reassembly and meet at the end of the video for the audio test to see if the speakers purchased for only 11 euros work properly. Well, guys, the speakers are working great, and finally this MacBook Pro is back to life. Thanks for following me, and let me know in the comments if you want me to create more content on battery and screen replacement. Bye, everyone.